But how y'all doing today? Y'all doing alright? Yeah. Y'all enjoying the show so far?
Yeah.
Love that. Hopefully I don't ruin that. I'm not gonna lie, the show is called Mood Swings for a reason. Y'all about to see why. But it's good to see some familiar faces here. Thank you guys. For everybody that don't know, my name is Jordan, and I'm a proud AT&T customer. Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember, but there's a day a while ago where us AT&T customers just had no service because of an outage. And it was tough because a lot of people couldn't even make 911 emergency calls. It was a really bad situation. But the good news is that AT&T is going to make it up to us, and they've announced that we are all going to be receiving a $5 stipend for our troubles. Yeah, look at us, right? And man, it's just so good to finally be seen, you know? I mean, look, right? Black America has been asking for reparations for years now, and we haven't gotten it, so this is really my first taste of justice, right? And that's the thing about justice, is sometimes it takes time. And AT&T has said specifically this will take about 3 months for the $5. Yeah, which is fine, because that just gives me more time to prepare for this big payday. And somehow I've been able to stay humble through it all. God is good. But it's perfect timing, really, because for me personally, it's been a tough year financially. I don't know if any of y'all can relate to that. Just me, all right, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? I'm not broke, but the number's moving in the wrong direction. Yeah, laugh at the pain. It took me a while to figure out why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make a budget every year, but I realized that my budget doesn't really account for how cheap my friends are. Yeah. I know some of y'all are like, dang, you're really just gonna throw your friends up to the bus like that? And yes, yeah, that's exactly what I plan to do. Here, I'll give you guys an example, right? When me and my friends, we go out to eat, when someone else pays the bill, I Venmo them right away while we're at the table. Because I have character. When I pay the bill, interesting, everyone's phone is on 1%. Funny how that happens, right? One of my friends specifically hasn't paid my Venmo request since March of 2022. He's here tonight. The tough thing about it is I don't really want to call him out and make it awkward and that sort of thing, you know. His name is Perry. He's sitting right here. In a white shirt, by the way. I did some, oh, there's the mic. I'm just gonna pick it up right now.
Go ahead, please.
I did some calculations before the show, right? It's been 970 days of Perry seeing my Venmo request, ignoring it, and then sending me Pop the Balloon TikToks. TikToks I never asked for. Let's just clarify that now. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to figure out like what to do about it, because I mean Perry was a pro boxer for years, so can't fight him. Gotta be more creative than that. But that's okay, because I'm currently in the process of reporting him to a credit agency. It's funny because he always talks about how he wants to buy a house someday. We'll see about that. I mean, if I'm being honest, right? It's not even about the money for me. It's not, because I mean, I told y'all, my $5 from AT&T will be here instantly. I'm gonna be all right. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like this is intentional. Like, I know this is Perry's way of getting back at me for being a bad wingman. Y'all want to hear the backstory behind that? Okay, let's get into it. So a while ago, me and all my friends go out to this party, right? And me and Perry are social. So we're making our rounds, we're talking. We start talking to this girl for a long time. And Perry is like, yo, what do you think? Like, should I shoot my shot? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, the worst she can say is no. In hindsight, now I know she can say much worse. When Perry went and asked her out, her response was, and I quote, "But you're gay, right?" Now, according to Perry, I'm not a bad wingman because I set him up for failure. I'm a bad wingman because of how much I laugh at the failure. It's fair. I was very tickled by this. But the girl does not stop there. She's like, okay, well, you and Jordan have been hanging out together all night, and your other friends are out enjoying the party, so I just thought you guys were a couple. All right, so now I've been brought into this. And I felt a little disrespected, to be honest. Because I was just like, really? You think Perry is my type? For context, I'm not gay. But if I was, I still hold myself to a certain standard. I don't really see Perry ever bagging me. Perry knows all. It's amazing to me that my close friends haven't started boycotting my comedy shows. I don't know why they come, to be honest. Like they come out, show love, show support, and I just roast them. Give it up to them. Perry, I appreciate you. I also see my guy Nick is here, and it's funny because every time I look his way, I just see the fear of this man. I'm like, hey man, I don't have any jokes about you, but I appreciate like the sentiment because let's be real, your time will come. Okay, I gotta stop going on tangents. We gotta get out of here. But I lied. I do have a joke I really want to tell about Nick. You know what? Let me sit down for this one. Let me start by saying this, right? I just feel like it's interesting because I feel like these days I learn so much more about my friends from our Venmo interactions than I do from our actual conversations. Which leads me to my next point about my good friend Nick, right? So one thing I've learned about Nick recently is that he doesn't have any Venmo shame. Let me explain. Let me Okay, so Venmo shame. I would describe this as when you and someone else are like, y'all are buying something, you're sharing it, and I mean, the amount of the item is so cheap, you're like, I'd be ashamed to request such a small amount. Nick does not experience that emotion. I swear to God, if me and Nick go across the street right now and decide to get a pack of gum, I guarantee you he'll send me a request for $7. Immediately. Like even, this had to be like a month ago or something. Me and Nick, some friends, we go out to get food. I pay the bill, so I send Nick a Venmo request for $10. That was a split, $10 per person. The next day, I guess Nick, buys an Uber for us. The split for that is $10.50 per person. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, $10.50, $10. We can pretty much call that even. Nick did not see it that way. This man sends me my $10 and immediately sends me a request for $10.50. Well, okay. We were begging for loose change. Okay. I felt the type of way about it. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it was kind of eye-opening because I don't know. In the past, I never really understood when women would talk about getting the ick, but. That's all thanks to you, brother. Give it up for my guy. I was reading an article recently about how you gotta watch out for like scammers because they'll use like these sketchy links and URLs to hack into your bank account, and it's scary, man. I just feel like I don't know who to trust these days. Not even my parents really, because the way they send me text messages makes them look like absolute scammers. And I'll use my dad as an example, right? My dad will message me in the middle of the day on Facebook Messenger. That's his chosen medium, and he'll give no context whatsoever. He'll just be like, hey, click this link. Pure scammer bag. So now I got a problem, because I need to make sure this is actually my dad before I click anything. And the only thing I know to do is just send a bunch of security questions. Mom's maiden name, childhood best friend, I'm sending all of it. And he's responding, he's getting everything correct. So at this point, I'm like, man, these scammers are getting really good. And I swear to God, this was going on for hours, just back and forth, back and forth. So eventually I'm like, okay, clearly Dad has something he really wants for me to see. So I just clicked the link, and I swear to God, it leads me to like this AI generated video of R. Kelly and P. Diddy dancing in prison. And then my dad will message me like, what'd you think? I think it's time for you to get blocked. That's my dad, man. You gotta love him. You gotta love him. My dad, my mom, my sister, my aunt all made the trip here from Atlanta, Georgia. Pause real quick just to say I appreciate y'all being here. I know it's not easy taking time off work, all of this and that, but it makes the show a lot more special having y'all here, so thank you. This is the worst time for me to get emotional on stage, but my family has asked for me to ask for you guys to pray for my dad. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He just be screaming at all his text. Started to know it was a problem the last time I was back home. We were out getting food, and I'm at the register checking out, and in the background I could hear my dad just like yelling at someone. He's telling them to shut up. So I go over there, and there's no one over there. My dad's in front of an ATM. As soon as I saw that, I was just like, this is not good, right? Because I can just tell he really thinks his words have a lot more power than they really do. You know, respectfully, like, in reality, this ATM just stopped speaking because he finally took his card out the machine. It's simple. But he really believes him telling it to shut up was the game changer. And I don't want to have to be the one to break it to him, you know what I mean? So I just joined in with him. I started yelling at him. Telling him to shut up. Now we look like a little schizophrenic group. Ain't that right there? Shut up! Clearly I'm not the only comedian in this room. You were funny, huh? On an unrelated note, lately I've been feeling like I'm outgrowing rap music. Like, I don't know, I always thought that my favorite rappers would like mature with me as I got older. I didn't think they'd be 40 years old rapping about looking for the biddies. I don't know, like, it was cool for a while, but I'm at an age now where this little voice in my head is just like, should probably start listening to jazz. I'm trying. I want to like jazz really bad. It's just tough for me because I just feel like the reason I always loved hip hop is because it's so lyrical, you know. And it's just nothing like hearing a lyric in a song that just hits you, you know. It just really resonates with you. And I don't really get that with jazz. Like the most they'll usually tell me is kind of something like, Scooby Dee 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 Dee. They call it what they call it? They call it scatting. I call it B2B music. Like the last time I was at a jazz club, I was sitting next to these older black dudes, and the whole time I was just like, dang man, I wish I could vibe to this the way they are vibing to this. Because they love that stuff. And I mean, the performer wasn't even really saying much, just standard BDB music. It's kind of like that. I swear to God, the older dudes were just eating it up, no kidding. They loved that. Oh no, the BDB music don't really move me. I need like words, you know, I need lyrics. I need like that 7 p.m. frat. I need that. Glorilla is my Shakespeare. Alright, I should probably get out of here soon. That seems like a good thesis to end this on. But before I get out of here, a few people have asked for me to give my opinions on dating. I just feel like dating is getting out of hand these days, you know, because I feel like everybody's asking for so much. Like, I feel like the last time I matched with this girl on Hinge was sometime last year, and it's been a while. After a little bit of back and forth in the app, I was like, hey, would love to meet up in person sometime. And she responds and tells me that for our first date, I should take her to a restaurant I'm sure you guys have heard of before, called Nobu. Yeah, a restaurant that can easily cost me a couple $100s. That's where she wants to go for our first date. And here's the thing about me, right? I know mental illness when I see it, so I just it's tough. But yeah, unfortunately, first dates at Nobu are completely off the table for me. Especially until I get that $5 from AT&T. I was telling you that. Right? But I have been just trying out other dating strategies, and so far my favorite has been lying. Yeah. I don't know, some days maybe 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", other days maybe I'm a lawyer. And I guess that's really the beautiful thing about lying, is that the possibilities are just endless. But I'll say this, you know, am I proud of my actions? No, I'm not. Am I proud of the results? Absolutely. Alright you guys, thank you for coming to my TED. Before I go, I just want to give a big shout out to Simon and all the comics that performed today. They did an amazing job. I shout out my family already, and I also want to shout out my best friend Brandon Iverson. Brandon made the trip. And most importantly, I just want to say thank you to you guys, man. This means a lot having you guys here. A lot of you guys know this is my first time actually producing a comedy show, so it means a lot that you guys would come out and be a part of this. So thank you guys, seriously. And all right, with that, I'm gonna go get some food. I hope you guys do the same.